I'm going to therapy. So I feel like, and I hate to say, like, just in the black community that therapy is like, don't do it. But I hear it a lot. I hear it a lot. I mean, I've told friends literally, like, yeah, girl, I'm going to therapy. Like I just need to go. And they're like, why? Or, girl, you good, ain't nothing wrong with you, you don't need to be going and sitting down to no doctor to tell you what you need to do, or what's wrong with you. And I'm like, I hear what you're saying, but at the end of the day, somebody called me and just, all right, somebody called and messed my video, so I don't even know where it stopped. But yeah, I have friends that are legit like, don't go to therapy. I mean, but I also have some that's like, girl, yes. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen the quote, and somebody actually posted it and I saw it and I remember that, like, I was like, legit, it's so real. But anyway, the quote says something like, you have to heal so you don't bleed on other people that didn't cut you, or it says something like that. And it radiates. Every time I see it, it radiates with me. And this time, I had already been, this is actually my third session. Yeah, I think it's my third session. I think. Yes, it's my third session. So, so I had already began the process of going to therapy when I saw it, but the person that posted it is somebody that, honestly, I bled on. At some points, I probably need to make that call and give an apology, because, that's not cool. And sometimes I just don't want to be the person that, there's people that have hurt me and have refused to apologize or to acknowledge the hurt, and I don't want to be that person that has bled on somebody else and not come behind and clean it up as best I can. So I have dealt with depression, anxiety since my earliest thought of feeling sad and could not put my finger on why, and just crying for no reason. I legit was 5. Like, I remember the outfit I had on. I remember being sad. I remember crying, and I remember them like, what's wrong or whatever. And I know that might sound sad, but I have very vivid memories of my childhood, and just thoughts that I would have. And the next time after that I remember having, like, thoughts of, I'm so sad. I remember being 12 and I wrote on the wall, which is weird. To me, is weird. Like, who at 12, you shouldn't be writing on the walls. But I was writing on the wall, and I was just like putting all these sad faces and saying how I'm so sad, and it's just my truth. So, and I know, I am the strong one. I am the oldest girl. Okay, well, I thought I wasn't gonna have to edit my video, but my phone is ringing. So, that was my grandma. My grandma called and check on me and get some things together. I'm gonna go see her. So that was sweet. Anyway, one of the major things that I found interesting in therapy, like the second session, was the lady, like, she kept asking, she is really sweet and everything, but she was like, what traumatic, like, any trauma did you do? And I'm like, no, I ain't dealt with no, trauma. I haven't been in any accidents, thank God. No bones broken, thank God. Nothing like that. I mean, so I was like, no, I haven't been anything. Child, she gave me this long questionnaire about different things that can happen in your life, like sexual abuse, abuse in general, any type of abuse, sexually, physically, mentally, any of that type of stuff. And I was like, oh my God. And so like thinking, like I knew that I have gone through, seen a lot in my life, but I did not count it as trauma. I counted it as I've been through some stuff, you know. So I yeah, it was eye-opening. It was really eye-opening. So anyway, so I'm gonna take you guys on this journey with me as I go through therapy, and I'm gonna try to be as open as I can about some things. I just don't. Oh, y'all, somebody just sent me some money to go to lunch. You better stop playing with me. Let me tell you something. You feed me, you got a friend for life. But that was so sweet. Anyway, she has me coming once a week. And I don't know, like, you know, if people send, you know, if you add it, you know, in the comment section, like what kind of questions you want to know about everything, then of course, you know, let me know. I will be sure to add those in like upcoming videos, you know, on this therapy journey. This is something I'm really committed to, because I just don't want to continue to bleed on people, and it's not, I mean, and that's part of it, but I have built up a guard because I'm so afraid of being hurt, and fear is literally snatching my entire life. Like I live a blessed life. I mean, even through everything that I've gone through, and like I said, I don't know how much I'm gonna like say, but I think I'm gonna try to be as transparent as I can. So but everything that I've been through, I still, like, I'm a college graduate. It took me a while to go back and do it or whatever. I have a really good career. I make a decent income. I ride in a nice car. I live in a nice area. Like the things is great. All the things, all the material things, like, you know, I don't have any kids. Well, I have a dog. That's my son. That's my baby. But I, you know, I come and go as I please. I live a pretty peaceful life, no drama. Like I was telling a friend of mine, we were out to eat, and I was telling her that I live a life, or the hand that I have, literally, somebody would love to snatch up my hand, and they will run with it. They will run with it and be gone. You know what I'm saying? I'll be looking like, dang, why didn't I do that or whatever? And I kind of live like, you know, my on edge is to me, it's not on edge. I mean, I've done some things on the edge or whatever, but not as much as, I don't take the risks that I should, that honestly aren't like real risks, but you know, I don't do any of that. I'm not living my life out loud. I'm living in fear. I'm not taking what God has blessed me with and doing what I need to do. And the fear is like trapping me, but so far. So it's like, you know, it's like I live with yield signs, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Like, it's like I live my life with yield signs. So it's not stop, but it ain't go either. You know, it's kind of like go. You know what I'm saying? It's like a yield sign with everything, versus like really living my life as I should. It's just a lot of fear, like fear of letting people in, fear of getting hurt, fear of being let down, fear of failing, it's a ton of fear. And I know it's just like the enemy's way, his tactic. You know, he knows all our weaknesses. He knows what will get us to stop, what will get us, you know, he knows how to rise up, like cause my anxiety, my mind to think crazy and just stop me from doing everything that I need to do. It's like the moment I have this push to like, okay, I got this, start the business, write the plan, make it plain, just do it. You know, the moment I start to do that, then it's like an attack, you know. And anytime that you're attacked, anytime, I said I was gonna stop this video and I didn't, but anyway, anytime that, I know for experience, anytime that I'm attacked, it means that I'm doing it right. Because the enemy doesn't want to see us prosper. He doesn't want to see us do right. He ain't trying to see us happy. He ain't trying to see us, you know, living out our destiny, living out our purpose. So he attacks. And he attack the, listen. I was in the best place. And it just seemed like, it literally knocked me down to the ground. Like, anxiety. I went back on my anxiety medication. I wasn't on it anymore. I had to go back on that. I started losing weight, wasn't eating, didn't want to get out of my bed. Like, my dog is a godsend because he is not going to let me stay in bed because he got to go out and pee. He want to eat. So that helped a lot, you know, having him. So that was really a blessing. And but it really did. It knocked me all the way down and just started. But I feel like it was needed. You know what I mean? Like, there's a blessing. It's a blessing even in that. Even in me going through, you know, it's a testimony in that like, I'm still pushing through. I'm still going. I'm still working. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. I'm still going to church and all of that. You know, still living my life. But it's a blessing in what happened that caused me to, like, literally go into a really dark place. It's a blessing in that because I was always bleeding in the inside. On the outside, I mean, today I don't feel like I look all that great, but you know what I mean? Like, I know how to put myself together. Like, I'm gonna put myself together. I'm gonna be good. This is the exit door. You know, putting myself together and looking good on the outside. You know, perfect Patty, got it together. Don't need nobody. I'm strong. I got this. You know, that's me. But in the inside, I was bleeding. I was covering wounds, and they were leaking. You know, just bleeding in the inside. And though the situation like knocked me down and caused me to like have all these, you know, everything just kind of got brought up to the surface that I was dealing with or covering. All that got brought up to the surface, but now it's like I'm in therapy. And I needed that, you know, because even though I was happy and I was like doing things and I felt good, the bleeding has to stop. I needed to be healed. I needed to deal with everything so that I can live a prosperous life. So, headed to therapy. So, third session. The first session, it was basically just a lot of questions. Why did I decide to come? All of that. The second session was a lot of questions too. That's when I learned that a lot of things that I went through was really trauma that I never healed from, never dealt with. A lot of unforgiveness that I'm still harboring. Just, you know, a lot of things that haven't been dealt with. So this session, I don't know what we're going to talk about. She asked me to write out like specific instances of trauma now that I know what it is, like what exactly happened. And I ain't going to lie, I kept thinking about it, and I had 2 weeks to do this because we had the 4th of July holiday. I was out of town for work, so I didn't have my last week session, so I'm coming today. And I kept thinking about it, and I just didn't want to write it down. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I just did not want to write it down. I didn't want to see it on paper. I didn't want to deal with it. Like, I get tired of crying. Like, even thinking about writing it down right now, my throat is like feeling tight. Like, you know, that feeling of I could cry right now, but I'm not. I just didn't do it, and I don't know what she gonna say. I literally was like, maybe she'll forget. Like, so I don't know. What if I walk in here, y'all, and she'd be like, oh, you ain't do what I asked you to do, you might go. What if she send me away? I'm gonna end it here. I'll follow up when I'm leaving her to go get my Chick-fil-A, because that's my thing. I go get Jesus chicken. I'm kind of getting tired of chicken. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. Like, I leave her and go make myself eat right after. So it's kind of like a routine that I have started. So I'm going to do that when I leave from her. And I'll be back. Let you guys know how session number 3 went. So I'm back, y'all. Jesus, my brain. So I swore last time I saw her, we made an appointment for a Monday. Now, granted, all of our appointments have been on Wednesday, but I really thought the appointment was today. The appointment is on Wednesday, y'all. I'm getting off the exit, and right when I ended like the video or whatever, I got a text message or whatever, and it was like, reminder, your appointment is on a different, on 7/10 at 11. And I was like, what? So I called. Y'all know what I'm thinking. God is like, oh, you ain't doing your work. That's how I feel. So I'm gonna go ahead and write out this darn thing. She told me it didn't have to be long. I guess I'm just gonna do like a list or something. I just really did not want to write it out. Now I don't have an excuse. I don't have no excuse now. I'm gonna do the assignment, and I will see her on Wednesday. I will start or do another vlog, I guess you call this, when, on Wednesday, on 7/10, so Wednesday 7/10, when I see her. So have an amazing day. Look at it. I just anyway, y'all have an amazing day, evening, or whatever time it is.
Your grace makes all saints out of sinner. Got my heart on my hand as I try to walk the path. So much potential, so many thoughts leading me, so I don't get lost.